Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Harinisa Nurfitria. In this video, I will explain about assessing reading, assessing grammar, assessing writing, assessing speaking, and assessing listening. Assessing reading. An assessment that examines a student decoding skill look at a child reading accuracy. This type of measure is to have students read a passage of text as clearly and correctly as possible. The genre of reading. A reader must be able to anticipate this convention in order to process meaning exactly, with an extraordinary number of genres present in any literate culture. The first one is academic reading. Include technical report, journal article, essay or paper, textbook, and also dictionary. Next, job-related reading. Used in conjunction with texts which are of repetitive nature and are very similar to job text, including message, letter or emails, memo, schedule, announcement, and form. And the last one is personal reading, like newspaper or magazine, and then calendar, maps, receipt, and also form. Micro and macro scale of reading. The micro scale first discriminate among the distinctive graphemes and orthographic pattern of English. 2. Retain chunks of language of different length in short-term memory. And the third, process writing at an efficient rate of speed to suit the purpose. Macro scale recognize the rhetorical form of written discourse and their significance for interpretation. 2. Recognize the communicative function of written text. And then form describe even an idea. And then distinguish between literal and implied meanings. And the last, develop and use a battery of reading strategy. The next topic is assessing grammar. Grammar is one of the important language area that is assessed separately on their own or integrate with other knowledge and skill. In assessing grammar, the purpose is to assess grammatical knowledge, form and meaning, as well as pragmatical knowledge or the use. Summary teaching. 5 characteristics to measure communicative grammar. First, the test must provide more context than only a single sentence. The test taker should understand what the communicative purpose of the text is. He or she should also know who the intended audience is. Therefore, he or she must have to focus on meaning and not form to answer correctly. And the last, recognize is not sufficient. The test taker must be able to produce grammatical response. And then alternative assessment. First, games. Games designed to restrict the language need. Usually, the games are defined by their focus on the use of language, limited option for communication, and the accuracy. Next is split sentences. Write out some sentences and then cut each sentence in half, and then hand out of this piece to the student and ask the student to find the matching half among the other students. From there, we can see student ability in combining sentences and also the grammar knowledge to all form of the sentence. Next is online activity. In multimedia, the time teacher can use internet as a way of assessing student ability of grammar. We can use online quizzes. Online quizzes help students to have more chance of practice. And also the online tests also provide clear explanation after finishing the quiz. Next topic is assessing writing. Assessing writing is referred international journal providing a forum or ideas, research and practice on the assessment of written language. Assessing writing published article, book reviews, conference reports, and etc. in writing assessment. Next is purpose of writing. Writing to learn. Writing to learn activities are short, informal writing tests that help students think through key concepts or ideas central a course. Writing to learn has a great potential in helping students learn as well as developing thinkers, readers, and writers. Writing to demonstrate knowledge. Writing to demonstrate knowledge gives students the opportunity to show that they have learned about the content. Students also demonstrate knowledge of the research process, certain academic format, and mechanical skill. This type of writing is necessary in every classroom in order for a teacher to ascertain whether or not students understand the content or the concept. Then, writing to produce polished products. Product writing is an approach to teach writing that focuses on student final production. That is the text they are asked to produce. There is in enhanced importance in the end of product, and this affects the way a product writing lesson in stage. Product writing focus on the end of the product. Type of classroom writing performance. First, imitative or writing down. At the beginning level of learning to write, students will simply write down English letters, words, and possibly sentences in order to learn the convention of the orthographic code. 2. Intensive or control. Writing is sometimes used as a production mode for learning, reinforcing, or testing grammatical concepts. This intensive writing typically appears in control writing grammar exercise. This type of writing. Self-writing. A significant proportion of classroom writing may be devoted to self-writing or writing with only the self in mind as an audience. And then the fourth is display writing. It was noted earlier that writing within the school curricular context is a way of life. Real writing. While virtually every classroom writing task will have an element of display writing in it, some classroom writing aims at the genuine communication of message to an audience in need of those messages. Next material is assessing speaking. Speaking is the real-time, productive, or oral skill. A speaking or oral test is defined as a test in which a person is encouraged to speak and then assess on the basic of the speech. This speaking it can be used alone or combined with the test of the other skill. Micro skill of speaking. Produce different among English phonem and allophonic variant, and then produce chunk of language of different length, and produce English stress pattern. Macro skill. First, appropriately accomplish communicative function according the situation, participant, and goals, and then use appropriate style, and then convey link and connection between event, and also convey facial feature, body language, and other nonverbal clue along with verbal language. Speaking. Imitative. The ability to simply parrot back or imitate a word or a phrase or possibly a sentence. 2. Intensive. The production of short stretches of oral language designed to demonstrate competence in narrow band of grammatical, phrasal, lexical, or phonological relationship. Responsive. Responsive is slightly more complex than intensive, but the difference is blurry, to say the least. At this level, the dialogue includes a simple question with a follow-up question. Interactive. The unique feature of intensive speaking is that it is usually more interpersonal than transactional. By interpersonal, it is means speaking for maintaining relationship. Transactional speaking is for sharing information as is common at the responsive level. And then the last is extensive. Extensive communication is normal, some sort of monologue. For example, like speech and storytelling. The last is about micro and macro skill. Micro skill, first, discriminate among the distinctive sound of English. 2. Retain chunks of language of different length in short-term memory. And then recognize English stress pattern. And next, recognize reduced form of word. Is macro skill of listening. Recognize the communicative function of utterance. And then inverse situation, participant, and goals using real-world knowledge. And then distinguish between literal and implied meanings. And then use facial, body language, and other nonverbal clues to disappear meanings. And the last, develop and use a battery of listening strategies. Okay guys, I think that's all from my explanation. Sorry and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.